Welcome back, warriors of the unseen. You are here because you refuse to accept mediocrity. You crave power, purpose, and the discipline to dominate your life. For our returning viewers, your loyalty fuels the Grimface movement. You are the black sheep, the outliers, the ones who refuse to kneel. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome to the rebellion. Here, we've unlocked the keys to personal magnetism, the strength in service, the mastery of emotional discipline, and the power of a pleasing personality. We've learned the secrets of faith, adaptability, and the unstoppable force of small actions. This is more than a channel. This is a movement, a call to rise above the noise and carve your own path. Join us and become part of a brotherhood that thrives in the shadows, turns chaos into control, and transforms adversity into opportunity. The Grimface movement isn't for everyone. It's for those ready to face themselves, to rise, and to conquer. Are you ready to take the next step? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Building personal magnetism. There is a power within you, a quiet, often overlooked force that can shape the world around you. This power, this magnetism, is not just a gift of birth, but a skill you can hone, a weapon you can wield, and a shield that can protect you. It is the essence of personal charm, influence, and connection. But make no mistake, magnetism is not about mere manipulation. It is about mastering the subtle art of presence. Let us begin with the voice. It is not just a tool for speaking, but a symphony that can soothe or unsettle, inspire or intimidate. A pleasing tone of voice does not mean softness alone. It means control. Speak with intention, with a cadence that resonates with those who listen. Let your words carry weight, not just noise. A voice that commands attention is a voice that shapes reality. Now, the face. It is the map of your emotions, the gateway to your inner world. But are you the master of your expressions, or do they betray you? A genuine smile can disarm the sharpest critic. It can open doors that brute strength cannot. But authenticity is key. People sense falseness, and nothing repels like the stench of insincerity. Practice the art of smiling with your eyes, letting your warmth radiate from within. Let your face tell a story of confidence, control, and calm. And then there is the way you carry yourself, your posture, your gestures, your very presence in a room. Personal magnetism demands that you walk as if the ground itself is honored to feel your steps. Stand tall, not as a peacock flaunting feathers, but as a lion surveying its domain. Speak less, observe more. Your silence can be more commanding than the loudest voice in the room. Understand this. Personal magnetism is not about being liked by everyone. It is about leaving an impression, about being unforgettable. You can refine this magnetism by observing those who command attention effortlessly. Watch how they listen, how they make others feel seen and heard. Watch how they use pauses, how they give space for others to breathe in their presence. But remember, this power is a double-edged sword. Misused, it can alienate. Abused, it can destroy. To truly wield magnetism, you must anchor it in authenticity. Without this foundation, your charm becomes hollow, your influence fleeting. True personal magnetism flows from self-awareness and self-mastery. It is not about forcing connections, but about creating genuine ones. So I ask you, how do you wish to be remembered? Will you be a shadow that fades, or will you be a force that lingers in the minds of all you encounter? The choice is yours, but know this. Your magnetism is already within you, waiting to be awakened, refined, and unleashed. Now go, stand before the mirror, and meet your own gaze. Train your voice, your face, and your presence until they become instruments of your will. world will not give you its attention willingly. You must claim it. And when you do, you will understand the quiet, commanding power of personal magnetism. Lesson 2. The role of service and contribution. We live in a world where self-interest reigns supreme. Society screams at us to take, to hoard, to climb over others on the way to the top. But in the shadows of this selfish scramble lies a truth that many never uncover, a hidden path to greatness. Service and contribution. These are not chains to bind you, but keys to unlocking the power within you. When you extend a hand to lift someone up, you do not simply help them. You ignite something within yourself. Service sharpens your mind and fortifies your spirit. It forces you to see the world not as a battlefield, but as a puzzle, waiting to be solved with your unique gifts. The act of helping others awakens a latent potential in you, revealing strengths and solutions you never thought you had. But make no mistake, service is not about weakness. It is not about martyrdom. True service requires strength, a strength that comes from understanding your worth and your ability to give without losing yourself. Every act of kindness, every sacrifice for another, is a declaration of your own power. It is a testament to your ability to shape the lives around you, and, in doing so, reshape yourself. Do not underestimate the subtle magic of giving. When you lift someone from despair, you absorb their gratitude, their hope, and their resilience. These things strengthen you in ways no material possession ever could. Contribution transforms you, purges your mind of trivial distractions, and aligns your focus on what truly matters. And what do you gain? Fulfillment, a deep, unshakable peace that no external achievement can provide. Acts of service turn the chaos within into order. They silence the nagging voice of inadequacy and replace it with purpose. It is not about being saintly or noble. It is about being practical. Helping others sharpens your mind, opens doors, and builds networks that will serve you in return. But here's the dark side of service. It will expose you. It will lay bare your selfish tendencies, your impatience, and your desire for recognition. Service is not always glamorous. It will test you, push you to the edge, and demand that you confront the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. And that is why it is so transformative. Growth is forged in struggle, and contribution is the crucible in which your character is refined. So I ask you, what will you leave behind? Will your life be a monument to your ego, crumbling to dust when you are gone? Or will it be a legacy of service, a force that echoes through the lives of others long after your time? You do not have to change the world in grand gestures. Start small. Open a door. Lend an ear. Share your wisdom. Each act ripples outward, creating waves of impact you cannot begin to fathom. Service is the path to mastery, not just over the external world, but over yourself. By contributing, you claim your place in something greater than yourself. You transcend the petty and the shallow. You become a creator, a force, a power. So step forward and let your service be a reflection of your strength. Do not wait for the world to recognize you. Make your mark through the lives you touch, the problems you solve, and the hearts you heal. That is the role of service and contribution, not to weaken you, but to build you into something unstoppable. Lesson 3. Developing emotional discipline. Control. In the chaos of this world, it is the rarest of virtues and the most powerful of weapons. Yet too many allow themselves to be puppets, yanked around by their emotions, victims of their anger, frustration, and fleeting impulses. They let their feelings rule them, and in doing so, they forfeit their power. But not us. Not here. Today we learn the art of emotional discipline, for it is the key to mastering life itself. Anger. How easily it consumes. One wrong word, one betrayal, and the fire ignites. But what has anger ever built? What wars has it won? None. Anger is a poison that destroys its vessel before it can reach its target. To be ruled by anger is to willingly hand over your strength to those who provoke you. Emotional discipline is the art of keeping that fire contained, not extinguishing it, but harnessing it. A controlled fire can illuminate your path. An uncontrolled one will burn everything you've worked for to the ground. Frustration is another thief. It whispers that you're stuck, that the obstacles are too great, that you should quit. But frustration is a liar. It is the signal of growth, the sign that you are stepping beyond your comfort zone. Emotional discipline teaches you to silence the voice of doubt and replace it with determination. The path is never easy, but frustration is the price of progress. Master it, and it becomes your fuel. Temperance is the foundation of this mastery. In all things, work, play, habits, and desires, there must be balance. Too much work, and you burn out. Too much play, and you stagnate. Emotional discipline is not about denying yourself. It is about choosing wisely. It is the ability to pause, to think, and to act with intention rather than impulse. Temperance is the calm sea that allows your ship to sail smoothly, no matter how fierce the storm. But let me warn you, emotional discipline is not easy. It is a battle fought in the shadows of your mind. It requires you to confront your own weaknesses, to admit when you are wrong, and to choose the harder path when the easy one beckons. It demands that you stand firm in the face of provocation, that you choose patience over rage, and that you remain focused on the long-term vision when the present moment tempts you to stray. And yet, it is worth it. Emotional discipline is the edge that separates the strong from the weak, the victors from the defeated. Those who master their emotions do not merely survive, they thrive. They see clearly when others are blinded by anger. They move with purpose when others are paralyzed by frustration. They achieve balance when others crumble under the weight of excess. So I ask you, will you be the puppet or the puppeteer? Will you let the tides of emotion toss you around? Or will you seize the helm and navigate your life with precision and intent? The choice is yours, but know this: emotional discipline is not just a tool, it is a weapon. And in the war of life, it is the disciplined who prevail. Start today. The next time anger rises, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, does this serve me, or does it weaken me? When frustration whispers defeat, counter it with resolve. When indulgence tempts you, remind yourself of your goals, your vision, your purpose. Master your emotions, and you master yourself. Master yourself, and you master the world. This is the path to power. This is the lesson of emotional discipline. Lesson 4. Building a pleasing personality. The world belongs to those who can win hearts while commanding respect. A pleasing personality is not a mask to be worn, but a weapon to be wielded. It is the quiet force that disarms opposition, builds alliances, and opens doors that brute strength could never touch. But make no mistake, cultivating this power requires more than charm. It demands discipline, strategy, and relentless self-awareness. Open-mindedness is your foundation. The closed mind is a fortress, and while it may protect, it also isolates. To be open-minded is not to be weak or naive. It is to be adaptable, to see every perspective as a tool, every opinion as a window into the minds of others. Listen more than you speak. Learn from those who oppose you, and you will disarm them without lifting a finger. Sincerity is your shield. People are drawn to what is real, repelled by what is false. But sincerity does not mean baring your soul to the world. It means aligning your actions with your words with your intent. When you speak, mean it. When you promise, deliver. Trust is a currency, and sincerity is how you earn it. Tact is your sword. The truth is a powerful weapon, but a poorly wielded blade can cut you as deeply as your opponent. Tact does not mean avoiding the truth, but delivering it in a way that builds bridges instead of burning them. Every word has weight. Every action has consequence. Choose them wisely, and you will bend the world to your will without sowing chaos. Appropriateness is your armor. The ability to act and speak in harmony with the moment is a skill that sets you apart. Know your audience. Read the room. Adapt your tone, your demeanor, your very presence to suit the situation. This is not deceit. It is mastery. The world is not one stage. It is many. To thrive, you must learn to play your part in each. But let us be clear. A pleasing personality is not about people-pleasing. It is not about bending yourself to the whims of others or sacrificing your identity for approval. No, this is about power. The power to influence, to connect, to lead. A pleasing personality is not a submission. It is a strategy. It is how you turn the tides in your favor without force, how you earn loyalty instead of demanding it. The cultivation of this power requires consistency. You cannot charm one day and alienate the next. Every interaction is a brick in the foundation of your reputation. Build it with care. Be the person who listens when others ignore, who speaks when others fear, who acts when others hesitate. This path is not without challenges. There will be moments when you are tested, when the easy road of selfishness tempts you, when anger or frustration threatens to break your resolve. But remember, a pleasing personality is not for the faint of heart. It is a discipline, a craft, a battle you fight within yourself every single day. So I ask you, what will you become? Will you be the force that people gravitate toward, the presence they remember long after you leave the room? Or will you fade into the noise, another forgettable figure in the crowd? The choice is yours, but know this: a pleasing personality is not given, it is forged. It is the result of conscious effort, of choosing strength over pettiness, connection over isolation, authenticity over pretense. Master this, and you will not merely survive. You will command. You will lead. You will thrive in a world that rewards those who know how to navigate its complexities with grace and power. Begin today. Watch your words. Refine your actions. Align your intent. The world is watching, and it will remember those who leave a mark. Be that force. Be that presence. Be unforgettable. Lesson 5. Faith and inner peace. There is a storm within you, a chaos that whispers doubts, screams fears, and stirs the restless shadows of your mind. You've felt it, haven't you? That gnawing unease, the questions that seem to have no answers, the weight of the world pressing down with no mercy. But in the depths of this chaos lies the secret to peace. Faith. Not blind belief, but a fire forged from understanding. A faith in a higher intelligence, a universal order that weaves meaning into the fabric of existence. Faith is not weakness. It is not surrender to fantasy or a retreat from reality. No, faith is power. It is the recognition that this vast, incomprehensible universe is not random chaos, but a masterpiece of design. Whether you call it God, the universe, or the unseen order, faith in something greater than yourself gives you the strength to stand when the ground crumbles beneath you. It reminds you that the storm will pass, that every challenge, every trial has its purpose. But faith alone is not enough. Faith must anchor you, but it cannot walk the path for you. True inner peace is not handed to you. It is earned. It is carved out of humility, a recognition of your small yet significant place in this grand design. Humility is not about groveling or diminishing yourself. It is about understanding that you are part of something vast, and within that understanding, finding your strength. Self-improvement is the path to peace. You cannot find stillness while dragging the weight of your flaws, your regrets, your failures. But do not despair. Those burdens are not your prison. They are your tools. Every mistake is a lesson. Every weakness is an opportunity for growth. Inner peace is not the absence of struggle. It is the mastery of it. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are constantly evolving, constantly aligning closer to your highest self. And then there is alignment with your values. Look within. What do you stand for? What principles guide you when no one is watching? Peace cannot exist in a fractured soul. To find harmony, your actions must reflect your beliefs. Your words must match your intent. Hypocrisy is the root of inner turmoil, and only through integrity can you silence the dissonance within. But let me warn you, this journey is not for the faint-hearted. To find faith and inner peace is to walk through fire. It is to face your fears, your doubts, your darkest truths. It is to let go of the illusion of control and embrace the flow of the universe. It is to trust in the unseen, to act with purpose even when the outcome is uncertain. So I ask you, will you rise above the storm, or will you let it consume you? Will you cling to your chaos, or will you let faith be your guide? The choice is yours, but know this: faith and peace are not luxuries. They are weapons. They are the tools of those who refuse to break, who refuse to kneel, who refuse to let the darkness win. Begin now. Reflect on the storms you've survived and the strength they've given you. Look at the challenges before you, not as obstacles, but as the forge where your faith will be tempered. Align your actions with your values. Seek peace not in the absence of difficulty, but in your mastery of it. And when the storm comes again, as it always will, you will not falter. You will not break. You will stand firm, guided by faith, armed with peace, and you will be unstoppable. This is your path. This is your power. Claim it. Lesson 6. The joy of giving. In a world driven by greed and self-interest, giving is an act of defiance. It is a quiet rebellion against the hollow pursuit of more. To give is to show strength, to say, I have enough, and I can share. But make no mistake, giving is not weakness. It is not naivety. Giving is power, a power that transforms both the giver and the receiver. It is the spark that lights the fire of connection, purpose, and joy. True giving is not about charity. It is about mastery. It is about understanding that wealth, whether time, effort, or kindness, means nothing if it is hoarded. Wealth grows in motion, not in stagnation. When you give, you set that motion in place. You create ripples in the lives of others, and in doing so, you enrich your own. There is a joy in giving that cannot be found in taking. It is a quiet, profound joy, a sense of fulfillment that no material possession can offer. When you give your time to listen, your effort to support, or your kindness to heal, you are not just helping someone else. You are building yourself. You are becoming the kind of person who matters, who leaves a mark, who shapes the world, rather than being shaped by it. And let us not forget the principle of reciprocity. Life operates in cycles. What you give, you receive. But this is not karma or superstition. It is practicality. When you give freely, you create bonds. You earn trust. You inspire others to do the same. Generosity breeds generosity, and goodwill circles back in ways you cannot predict. The seeds you plant today will become the harvest you reap tomorrow. But here's the truth that many ignore. Giving is not always easy. It requires courage to let go of what you have. It demands faith to believe that the effort you expend, the kindness you offer, will not leave you empty. And it takes wisdom to know when to give, and when to hold back. Not all giving is wise. To give recklessly, to pour into those who only take, is not strength. It is self-destruction. True giving is purposeful, intentional, and balanced. So, what kind of giver will you be? Will you give with resentment, expecting something in return? Or will you give with purpose, knowing that your actions are shaping a better world and a better you? The joy of giving does not come from the recognition of others. It comes from the quiet knowledge that you are contributing to something greater than yourself. Start small. A moment of your time. A word of encouragement. A gesture of kindness. Watch how these small acts grow, how they create a cycle of goodwill that strengthens everyone it touches, including you. Remember this: giving is not about losing. It is about gaining. It is about trading fleeting possessions for lasting impact. Trading selfishness for significance. To give is to wield power. Power to change lives, to build connections, and to leave a legacy. So I ask you, will you be a taker, consumed by the endless hunger for more? Or will you be a giver, someone who stands apart, someone who matters? The choice is yours. But know this: the joy of giving is a secret known only to the strong, the purposeful, and the brave. Embrace it, and you will not just live. You will thrive. You will create a cycle of meaning, a network of goodwill, and a life that resonates far beyond your time. This is your power. Use it. Share it. Own it. Lesson 7. Adaptability and showmanship. The world does not bend to your will, at least not at first. It is a labyrinth of shifting paths, unexpected turns, and relentless obstacles. Those who are rigid, who refuse to adapt, will shatter against its weight. But those who embrace flexibility, who learn the art of adapting without breaking, will navigate it with power and purpose. Adaptability is not submission. It is not weakness. It is a weapon. To adapt is to read the room, to assess the battlefield, and to shift your strategy as needed. It is the ability to thrive in chaos, to dance in the storm while others are swept away. Life will test you. It will throw you into circumstances where your plans crumble and your certainty fades. In these moments, adaptability becomes your shield. But adaptability alone is not enough. It must be paired with showmanship. To merely survive is not power. To command attention, to captivate, to lead, that is true mastery. Showmanship is the ability to present yourself not as you are, but as you need to be. It is the art of transforming your presence into a force that demands engagement and influence. Effective communication is your stage. Your words are not just tools. They are weapons of persuasion. The tone of your voice, the precision of your language, the timing of your pauses, all of it shapes how others perceive you. But communication without showmanship is a whisper in a hurricane. You must amplify yourself. Enthusiasm is contagious, and when paired with confidence, it becomes magnetic. Let your energy command the room. Let your passion fuel the fire in others. And here lies the truth. Adaptability and showmanship are not talents. They are skills. Skills forged in the fire of practice, sharpened by failure, and refined through relentless effort. The adaptable person is not born that way. They become so by learning to bend without breaking, to adjust without losing their core. The showman is not born on stage. They build their presence through trial and error, through stepping into discomfort and claiming their space. But let me warn you, both adaptability and showmanship demand authenticity. To adapt without a core, to perform without truth, is to build a foundation of sand. People will sense your emptiness, and your influence will crumble. Authenticity is your anchor. Adapt, but stay true to your values. Perform, but let your passion be real. So I ask you, Are you prepared to evolve? To transform yourself into someone who not only survives, but thrives? To become the person who commands attention, inspires action, and shapes outcomes? The world will not hand you this power. You must seize it. Start today. Test your flexibility in the face of resistance. Practice your showmanship in every interaction. Speak not just to be heard, but to be felt. Adjust not just to survive, but to dominate. And when the world looks upon you, it will not see someone ordinary. It will see a force, a presence, a power. This is the lesson of adaptability and showmanship. To bend without breaking, to command without shouting, and to inspire without forcing. Embrace it, and you will not just navigate the world, you will shape it in your image. This is your stage. Own it. Performance. Adapt. Conquer. Lesson 8. The impact of small actions. The world whispers a dangerous lie. That greatness is built in leaps and bounds. That success is the result of grand gestures and monumental moments. But those who rise above the masses know the truth. True power lies in the small, seemingly insignificant actions. It is the details that shape destinies, the whispers that build empires, and the tiniest decisions that determine whether you soar or sink. Every moment of your life, you are planting seeds. Some seeds will grow into trees that bear fruit for years to come. Others will sprout thorns that choke your progress. The impact of your small actions, those choices you dismiss as trivial, is a force you cannot escape. Success and failure do not arrive unannounced. They are built, brick by brick, by the tiny, deliberate acts you repeat every day. Consider this. A single kind word can build a bridge that changes the course of a relationship. A single hour of focused effort can lead to mastery over time. A single decision to improve, to learn, to try again, can shift the trajectory of your entire existence. And yet, so many dismiss these moments. They wait for some monumental opportunity, blind to the power of the small, persistent steps that create unstoppable momentum. Consistency is the key. The path to success is not marked by giant leaps, but by a relentless series of small, deliberate actions. Improvement is not about revolution. It is about evolution. One day, one choice, one effort at a time. And the beauty of this truth? Small actions, repeated consistently, become habits. Habits become character. And character becomes destiny. But beware, the same is true of failure. Neglect the small things, and they will erode your foundation. A single moment of laziness, repeated often enough, becomes a lifetime of regret. A single indulgence in toxic behavior, unchecked, becomes a chain that binds you. The small actions you ignore today will shape the person you wake up as tomorrow. And let us not forget the power of kindness. A small gesture of compassion, a moment of listening, a simple acknowledgement of another's worth. These acts ripple outward, creating waves of goodwill that can return to you in ways you cannot foresee. Kindness costs little, but builds much. It is a force underestimated by the weak and harnessed by the wise. So, I ask you, what are the small actions you are taking today? Are they building you into the person you aspire to be? Or are they dragging you further from your goals? Are you taking steps forward, no matter how small? Or are you standing still, letting the world move without you? Do not wait for the grand opportunities. They are rare, fleeting, and often out of reach. Instead, seize the moments that are always within your grasp. A kind word, a disciplined choice, a step forward, no matter how small. These are your tools. These are your weapons. Success is not a destination. It is a habit. Failure is not a single event. It is the sum of neglected opportunities. You are building your future, whether you realize it or not. Every small action you take today is a brick in the foundation of your tomorrow. Now stand tall. Look at the path ahead and understand that greatness is not waiting for you to leap. It is waiting for you to move, one small, deliberate step at a time. The impact of your small actions will grow, their power will compound, and their legacy will endure. This is the lesson of small actions. The seemingly insignificant becomes the profoundly powerful. Master this, and you will master your life. This is your path. Walk it. Own it. Conquer it. You've just taken another step into the shadows, uncovering truths that most will never dare to face. These lessons aren't just words. They are weapons. Use them to shape your life, to rise above the noise, and to become the force they can't ignore. To our loyal grim-faced warriors, your presence strengthens this movement. Your commitment is proof that the black sheep are not alone. We are rising. And for those new to this path, remember, this is not a journey for the faint-hearted. It is for those who crave mastery, not excuses. If this resonated with you, if you're ready to claim your power, subscribe, join the movement, and share this message. Together, we are a storm that cannot be silenced. This is Grimface. This is your path. Until next time, rise, conquer, and remain unstoppable.